Andre, do you have a minute? There's something important I want to talk to you about.
Hey, Vivian. What is it?
I saw it.
Saw what? Saw what?
Andrea, I can't believe you do something like that with such an unconcerned look on your face.
Oh, do what? What are you talking about? What did you see?
I saw you cheating on your husband.
What?
Last Sunday? Don't tell me you don't remember. Did you think it was okay to do that? Did you? I might have to tell your husband.
I've never cheated on my husband, so I don't know what this is about.
Really? Really? Well, that's too bad, because I took a picture for proof. So for you to say you didn't do it would be just a lie.
Say whatever you want. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's what anyone who got caught cheating would say. So, anyway, I think $10 would be fine. For me to keep my mouth shut.
What are you talking about?
For me to not tell your husband what you're doing. Unless you want your husband finding out, you'd better pay that much. It's a good deal, don't you think?
Well, I'm not cheating on my husband, so I don't know what kind of game you're playing here, but I'm not paying you $10 for anything.
In that case, I'm gonna tell your husband.
Do whatever you want.
Wow, you're more stubborn than I thought, huh? You probably think I'm bluffing about that picture, but I'm not. So, what are you gonna do?
I'm not doing anything. I've never cheated, so I've got no reason to meet your demands.
You better think about what's gonna happen if you don't. I'll give you till this weekend to get the money ready. Don't think I'll wait any longer than that.
A few hours later. Kyle, are you done work?
Yeah, I just finished. What's up?
I think something strange is going on.
What do you mean? What happened?
You know that woman who lives 3 houses down from us, right?
Yeah. Vivian, right? You told me about her?
Well, she messaged me today and, how do I say this? She said she saw me cheating, and I don't know what she's talking about.
Cheating? Like with another man? You?
Yeah, I have no idea what she's talking about, but that's what she said.
You cheating? I'd never believe it. Not in a million years. She must have been smoking crack or something. You're making me laugh too hard. I'm on the subway platform waiting for the train. Stop it! People will think I'm crazy.
Don't laugh. It's not funny. She told me I better pay her $10 if I want her to keep her mouth shut.
What? $10?
Yeah, and she says she's got a picture to prove it. I don't know what's going on here.
It doesn't sound like she's joking. Sorry for laughing earlier.
Don't worry about that. I'm just glad that you know I wouldn't do anything like that.
Well, obviously. I've known you since we were kids. I know you're not the type of person to betray anyone, especially not me.
Thanks. I needed to hear that from you now.
So what else did Vivian say?
She said she saw me do it last Sunday.
Last Sunday? There was like 1 hour when you went out alone, but other than that, we were together all day.
Yeah, I know. So, I don't know what the heck she's talking about. She wouldn't listen to anything I had to say. Honestly, I'm a little scared.
When I get home, tell me exactly what happened. Just in case, lock the doors and don't go outside until I get there.
Okay, I'll do that. You be careful on your way home, too. A few days later.
Hello, Andrea. It looks like you had some really expensive meat delivered over there today, huh? I saw the truck. You're gonna share some of it with me too, right? Hurry up and bring some of it over here. I'll be waiting.
What are you talking about all of a sudden? The meat was from one of my husband's friends. He's a butcher. It was a gift. I can't just give you some. It was a gift to my husband, not to me.
Oh, it was for your husband, huh? But your husband isn't home yet, now is he? You can just tell him it was never delivered, or it fell off the back of the truck. Any old lie will do, right? Let's have an expensive steak party at my house, and we'll destroy the evidence together. That way, you can be sure, right?
I have no idea what you're saying right now.
Hurry up and give it to me.
Give it to you. What's wrong with you lately? First, you demanded $10 from me. Now you want our meat?
You get it, don't you? If you don't want me telling your husband what you did, you'll have to do whatever I say. I was nice enough to give you time to get the $10 ready for me, wasn't I? Which I'm still waiting on, by the way. If you don't want to make me angry, you better start doing what I say.
Are you telling me that you want me to give you our meat so you shut up about this cheating thing?
I don't really have to tell you, do I? Haha. So, what are you gonna do? If you don't want your husband to know, you better give me that meat and the $10. Oh, and one more thing. There's a new purse at the mall that I'm dying to have. I've already reserved one. It's only $500. You can pay for that for me as well.
Now, it's a bag you want?
Of course, of course. I'm not going to pass up an opportunity like this. I'm going to milk it as much as I can.
What are you talking about? I've got no reason to do any of this.
Ah.
I really didn't want to have to say this to you, but I'm tired of all this. The day you supposedly caught me cheating, I was with my husband all day.
What? What?
If you want to be exact, I went to my parents' house in the morning by myself for an hour. I wasn't with my husband, but my parents can both vouch for where I was that hour. So, how on earth could I have been cheating on my husband?
I figured you'd say something like that. But I told you, I have proof. I've got a picture. I'll give you one more chance. Otherwise, I'm not just going to tell your husband you were cheating, I'm going to tell on your boyfriend too. So, let's talk about what you're going to do. Are you going to do what I told you to do, or am I going to tell your husband what you did? Those are your only two options. And either way, it looks like I'll benefit.
I'm tired of doing this with you. Okay, I'll bite. Let me ask. Who exactly is this man I'm cheating with? If you can tell me that, then I'll know you've got the proof.
Wow, you're shameless. You don't even think you're cheating, do you? I guess people who cheat don't think they're cheating because they love the person they cheat with. Is that it? I don't know how a cheater's mind works. If you're not even aware you're cheating, I guess I'll have to prove it to you. The person you're cheating with is Mr. Evans from down the street.
Huh? Mr. Evans?
Poor Mrs. Evans. She has no idea what you're doing with her husband when she's away. I saw you go over to his house. He opened the door and walked right in. I saw it.
That's it.
Not just that. I know his wife had just left the house before you went over there. That's as much proof as anyone needs.
I think you need a little more proof than that before you jump to conclusions.
Well, I already know. I suspected long before I saw that. I can't blame you, though. He looks rich. I can't blame any woman for wanting him. I understand. I do. Well, anyway, because of that, how about you and him talk about this and let's all come to a conclusion about how we're going to proceed?
The next day. Vivian, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure. Did you talk to Mr. Evans?
Yes, I did.
Good. Finally, you're behaving and doing what I told you to do. You should have just done that from the start.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what we're decided.
Well, first just tell me when you're giving me the $10 and all that meat.
I'm not cheating on my husband.
Ha!
Mr. Evans isn't cheating either.
What are you talking about? Don't tell me that you're still going to play innocent at this stage in the game, are you? This is too comical.
Vivian, I'm not done talking yet.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's getting really interesting now. I want to hear this. I won't interrupt again. Please continue.
First, as for me and Mr. Evans, he and his wife happen to be really good friends with one of our friends. That's why we've started hanging around them a lot recently. And as for the day you think you saw me cheating, Kyle and I were invited over there because it was their daughter's birthday, and my kids are around her age.
Birthday?
But I had to go to my parents' house that morning. My husband and kids went over to Mr. Evans' house without me. I went to Mr. Evans' house on the way back from my parents' place. That's why you saw me go there alone. I guess that was right after Mrs. Evans left to go get the birthday cake from the bakery. I had already been invited, and the party had already started. That's why he let me into his house so quickly. You must have just happened to see me at that moment. I don't know how you could have missed everything else.
But that's...
So when you saw me go into his house, my whole family was already there. I wasn't even alone with him. There's no way it was cheating.
But...
And if you were really watching me so intently, how did you not notice Mrs. Evans come back with the birthday cake while I was still in the house? And how did you not see me leave the house with my whole family?
Well, So that's what happened, huh? I see. It was all just a big misunderstanding. Okay, well, I don't want to cause any more problems, so I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Oh, you think this is all over now?
Yeah, problem solved. Everything is all figured out now. Sorry for the inconvenience. Well, I apologized, so that's the end of that.
I spoke to Mr. Evans. You know, like you told me to do yesterday. Vivian, I heard you've been speaking with Mr. Evans about this as well. He told me you threatened to tell his wife he was cheating if he didn't pay you $50. And something about if he divorces his wife and marries you, you wouldn't tell anymore.
No, that was,
That's more than a little strange. You weren't just asking him for money. Does your husband know about this? You didn't just want a little cash. You were trying to Maddie into wealth, weren't you?
It's no big deal. Nothing came of it, don't worry about it. Let's just forget about this and move on, shall we? If word gets around, it could cause problems around here with the neighbors, don't you think?
Do you really think after this your relationship with the neighbors isn't going to change? Do you think your husband's not going to know about this? Oh, and the place you were. Did you know that Mr. Evans' father works as a subcontractor for your company? Not only is he really well liked by higher-ups at your company, but he has many good friends on the board of directors there too.
What? Really?
When Mr. Evans tells his father about this, I don't think he's gonna just let this go.
I didn't know that. Hold on.
After that, so, about this incident, when word of what Vivian had done reached her company, she was let go. No real reason was given, and she didn't get a cent in severance or anything. Her husband found out about her plot to marry Mr. Evans and was so upset with her that he divorced her. When he left, he took full custody of their child as well. I considered filing a police report about how she had tried to scam Mr. Evans and me out of money, but my husband was concerned about Vivian's child's future if her mother had a criminal record. And because she was just jumping to conclusions and so money or goods were ever given to her, my husband persuaded me not to press charges. But we did get a restraining order on her to make sure she stayed far away from us. Along with that, we found out that Vivian had accumulated a large amount of debt. Her husband didn't even know anything about it. I guess she was too embarrassed to tell him. That's why she was desperate to get people to pay her money. After Vivian's husband left, Vivian moved back in with her parents. That's when we heard that Vivian's debts apparently weren't with a bank or any reputable firm. That's why the debt wasn't on the books, and her husband didn't know about it. Of course, we only found this out after what happened next. I heard some really scary debt collectors showed up at her parents' house. They were demanding that Vivian pay them back what she owed them, or else. They made it clear they didn't want any trouble with Vivian's didn't pay. She'd be sorry. Now, Vivian spends every day locked up in her parents' house, afraid to go outside thinking that the debt collectors might be somewhere waiting for her. Thanks for subscribing.